Welcome back to What's the Juice at the Juicy Tea 1111 Energy. Hopefully you are well and rested, and so are your families too. I love you and the divine loves you. Let's tap into the message, okay? I call upon the divine light to surround me. I invite my guides, ancestors, and protectors to stand with me. No harm, no deception, no lower energy may enter this space. Only what serves truth, healing, and the highest good is welcomed here, and so it is. Ashe. All right, family. So, as you can see, 4 messages came out of the deck immediately. All right. The first message that came out is freedom. Okay. Now, this is a really big word, all right? Because what does freedom mean? And it means, ooh, and look at that, okay? Look at the camera on it, okay? What does freedom mean? Freedom is whatever you believe it is, okay, for you, pertaining to you, your lifestyle, your circumstances, your situations, okay? This is what freedom is. Freedom of thought, freedom of mind, body, and soul energy, okay? But with this freedom, look what else came out. There's power. Power for you to be able to make the decisions that you want to make for yourself. You may be here, Aries energy, okay? With the 2 fishes here, I'm just going to say Piscean energy, all right? But I feel like with freedom comes power, okay? This is the message and how it fell out, all right? So with this freedom comes power. With power through love. Okay, so what is love? What does love look like? First of all, it looks like don't raise your kids to be biased or bigots, period. Because we are all one. And I promise you, what affects one will affect the next. And that's just the way it is. Okay, now a lot of people may not believe in that. So if you don't believe in that, know that. Message. Okay, what comes after that? One comes after that. What comes with freedom? Joy. Okay, joy. And this is the energy of just being able to make those righteous decisions, those righteous decisions, right? Now, when I say a righteous decision, I'm not saying you walking around holier than thou. I'm just saying that you are leading through the best example. Okay, that's saying do unto others as you want done unto yourself. That's real talk, right? Okay, do you want somebody to violate you or be rude and disrespectful to you? But of course not. So why would you be that to someone else? Type energy. Okay, this is the message. All right, now this power, look what fell out. There was a trick here. Okay, there was a lot of people that they did a trick. There was a trick on this here power. Okay, I feel like this is where people with money said because they had the money, they were rich, they had the power. But when they were born, they could have been born with a silver spoon in their mouth. They could have been raised to feel that they were better than others. But no one is better than anyone. Now, there are a lot of people that are like, nah, I'm better than this. I'm better than that. Okay. Well, when you get to them pearly gates, you tell me what the divine tells you. Are you going to be turned around? Do those pearly gates even exist? See, these are the questions you need to ask yourself because I feel like many are being judged right here, right now, in this very moment. Many are being judged by the divine at this very time. How have you lived your life? How have you done right or wrong by others? Message. Tell me about this love, spirit. Thank you for the messages thus far. Love brings in rest. Rest against those who have been wearing disguises. Something about, and I just heard that, something about, who is at ease? The rich, okay? Who's at ease? The rich. But I feel like that's just really a disguise because many rich are really miserable. Okay? A lot of rich people are very miserable because they are experiencing human life, a human day-to-day life. The only difference is they could go buy anything they want. But can they really buy the freedom? And what comes really with freedom? The power of love. Unconditional love. Period. It doesn't matter. And when I say unconditional love, it's deeper than just the flesh. It's deeper than just one's upbringing and how they were raised to believe and think. See what I'm saying? A lot of people, they have these energies about them where, and it's sad to say, it even trickles down to their babies. Their babies express what how they have been raised in a home. Okay? Message. Those are the facts of life. Okay? It's like, how did you raise your children? How are you raising your children? Are you raising your children to look down on someone else, the very person that might be, or the very people that might be the ones to save your children? History has shown that there's always been other cultures that have stepped in and saved folks' children. Some of these children have grown up feeling that this was the mother versus that biological mother. Take it how it resonates. Tell me more. Tell me more about this freedom and joy. It's playtime. With freedom and joy, there's room for growth. This play right here gives me the energy of loving what you do, being excited about what you do. That would change the dynamics of how you work. The reason that AI is trying to replace jobs is because AI doesn't think like a human thinks. AI is programmed. AI is going to do what their programmer wants them to do. But humans, on the other hand, they have the ability of cognitive thinking. They have the ability to either think deeply, analyze their thoughts, make sense of them or not, reevaluate, change their minds, come up with better things. Okay? What AI is doing is AI is actually gathering every last human thought, word, concept, and putting it into perspective. AI has drawn up a map of humans today, starting back before Christ. Spirit, where did that message come from? Before Christ? AI is more intelligent than a human being because it was able to grab a hold of vast amounts of information and make a determination about if humans are harmful to themselves. I feel like that is why freedom is power when driven through love. That's why Spirit is saying there is joy. People have taken joy in tricking others so that they could put what they wanted to put to rest. Give me this third message, Spirit, pertaining to, I don't even have period. Whew. Many have opened up the gates for consumption and disguised it. So this consumption could be things that, people are looking at as a game. That keeps coming up a lot too, okay? People are playing a game. This game of consumption was all disguised. Who was it disguised by? That's interesting. It's a disguise or a mask. Maybe to mask people to keep them asleep to what's really happening in the world today. I live in the state of one of the most powerful technology companies rising, and I was shocked. I was like, huh? Okay? Because, family, you are not in this world. You are not of this world. You are a galactic being that is watching this world unfold. Yes, I said unfold. I couldn't believe it. I was like, are you kidding me? There's always things to be learned. There's always knowledge out there. So I thought to myself, I started scratching my head. I ain't gonna lie, family. I did. When I found out one of the most powerful technology companies is right here in the state I live in, I really started scratching my head. One of the most mystical airports is here. I just really started scratching my head, thinking like, what is it about this place, right? Some of y'all could be thinking that, right? And it takes courage to speak on it. It really does. Because a lot of these people, these vultures out here, they don't want you to have the courage to speak on things. Okay? They really don't. And I'm not saying they're vultures in a bad way, but I am saying, what does a vulture do? It picks and eats off of the corpse of things. Okay? The vulture doesn't wait. The vulture doesn't come in and do the hunting. Okay, the vulture waits for the scraps. Take it out. It resonates. So this is giving me the energies of, people waiting to eat off of those that, either make it or not type energy. Okay. This is the energy I'm picking up on this morning. All right. There's many that need to go on and reevaluate something. They need to reevaluate the way that they are going to proceed in the future when it comes to not just your survival, but their survival too. I have seen some things. Ooh, I have seen some things. Okay. Yes. See, this energy here of the freedom and the joy and the play, it was a cunning thing. Take it how it resonates, but it was cunning. You know what the definition of cunning is, right? It was cunning. Okay? I heard that, spirit. All right, I will. Something about diving into cunning. Okay. What happened here? Let me see what it wants. No. Okay, nevertheless, my bad. Okay. Let's tap into this cunning. Okay. Having or showing skill in achievement one's ends by deceit or evasion. Okay. So it's like we have all been told or guided that this was the best way. And this could be pertaining to any and all things. You may have had a boss that told you, no, this is the way we do it. This is the best way to do it. Only to find out that they were wrong. When you lead people astray, that is wrong. If you want to be trusted, lead through truth, not the ideologies, not an idea, but possibly through long research, deep dives, okay? For those deep divers out there, deep dives into the pros and the cons across the board. Now, I know selfish is selfish, but when you think of selfish, right? Do you really think of, and I hear it right now, oh, I'm leaving my children this and that. Okay. But let me explain something to you. The universe doesn't care when it comes to things like that. The universe brings balance. You can leave whatever you want to leave. The universe brings in balance. If they do not believe, they will believe. This is the energy. This is the message. The universe brings in all balance. The universe is not counting your dollar. For that is man-made. For that is man-made. Okay. Tell me more. I can't make it up. Believe. Okay? Believe. All right. So I'm going to leave that message here for y'all. Take it how it resonates. Thank you so much for tapping in. I appreciate you for the likes, the shares, and the subscribes. Okay. Only take it how it resonates. If this is not your message, I understand. All right. Thank you for being here. All right. Let's close out. Whew. At this time, Divine, I release the weight of deception and betrayal. I stand rooted in my truth. I call back my power, my light, my peace. I am whole, I am becoming, and so it is. Ashe. And until next time, y'all have a magnificent day. Ashe.